What's going on? Sable here. Welcome to the Mob of the Dead Easter egg speedrun tutorial. I am a former world record holder, with my time being 1842. The current world record is in 1825 by Shades. Mob speedrun is a fairly simple one to do once you understand actually what you're doing. And I feel like with a nice up-to-date tutorial on how to do it, more and more people will run, and the time can continue to just get pushed like it has been a lot for almost a year now. If you have any questions about what to do, because I am going to kind of try to keep this quick and simple, you can feel free to come to my Twitch chat to ask me questions. I stream speedruns as much as I can. And you can also DM me on Discord. My server will be in the description, and there'll be a lot of resources in my Discord for it. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to be showing you is how to set up your scripts. And the first thing will be the auto splitter. Now, you're going to need Livesplit for this. If you don't know how to set everything up in it, there's a bunch of tutorials online. I'll leave one in the description. But the main thing that I need to show you is when you right click it and go to edit layout, you can add whatever you want here out of all these lists with the plus, but the thing that absolutely needs to be there is, if you go to control, is the scriptable auto splitter. When you add it, just double click it and then press browse, and you want to go to your folder where you downloaded the auto splitter off of Huth's GitHub. Now, you'll open the ASL in here, and it will show you all your splits. You can check these, and this will be the order of what gets auto split. What I usually have for my speedruns is I'll have dryer, first gondola, first flight, second gondola, second flight, third gondola, third flight, and last audio log ended. Some people don't do the gondolas, they'll just have 3 flights. Yeah, you can really add anything, it just has to be in the order of the auto splitter, obviously. Another thing that I recommend having is getting rid of the timer and adding a detail timer, because there's some stuff that will be very useful with the split timer, because you don't know what the detail timer is. You'll have your main timer up top, and then the one right below it is the timer of your current split. So every time something is split, it will reset. And it can be very useful and helpful with just your run. And now for the next part of what you're going to want to add is, you hit Windows and R at the same time, and you just type app data into the bottom left here of the run. You will go to local and scroll down until you find plutonium. And then when you're here, go to storage, T6, scripts, ZM, and this is where you'll be putting all your mods. As you can see, I have the GSC file of the auto splitter, which is the split monitor, and if there's anything else you want to add, you can do it. Now, I will open up my mods folder here, and you can put any of these GSC files into the scripts folder to help you practice. Like how I can add the practice tool. I could add a timer, an in-game timer, and any of these you will be able to add to your scripts folder to just help you practice. Obviously, you can't be using the practice tool in a run, but if you want to use either of these, in-game timer, split, auto splitter, they should be allowed. Now, there's still some other things you can do before you go into the game. One of them is a need, and the other one is just recommended, especially if you're going for better and better times. So the first thing is, if you go to options, you will get to the frames per second, and you can set that to 90. It needs to be at 90. And another thing, as you can tell, my game is in French, and that's not because I speak French. It makes the very end faster. The quotes with the audio logs will finish quicker if you are on French, so that's something that is very good to have. Alright, I'm now in the game on the practice tool from Huth, and it'll tell you how to open at start, but if you don't know, it is going to be your melee and equipment button at the same time. That will open up everything that you need, and all like the binds are in the top left. And there's a lot you can practice with this. You can open all the doors, you can freeze the spawns, get the parts. All this, very good to look through. But the first thing I'm going to show you is at the very start of the run is all the dryer stuff. Now your goal, obviously, you want to spawn on this side, and if your frame's on 90, you can move around a bit and get this door open right here, which will let you be free to move around, to go turn on dryer. That is the main goal. Turn on dryer as fast as possible. And you're just gonna run down here, and as you fall, you can shock the key through this little part right here, the left side, yeah, as you fall, or as you're coming back, you can shock it. And after that, you're coming here, shock the gate door over there you can get it from right down here, and then after that, turn on this double points door, back up, jump up here, and just go revive yourself. And after this, you are just gonna want to do, I just kind of choked moving there, but the best movement you can to get all the way down here, pick up key, and go all the way to the dryer. Now, what you will do is, normally when I buy this, I will pull out the grenade and jump all the way over here. And then I will buy this door, even though it is only 2,000 points. I have 500, so I cannot purchase it. So what I do is I pull out the nade, and once it blows up, if I jump and hold interact, they'll buy it for free. And I will use this afterlife to go turn on the dryer and revive myself. And you'll just jump over, turn it on, and you're now in this lockdown. So as you're doing the dryer, you're going to want to get to 1,000 points as quick as possible. I usually just get it within 3 kills. And you're going to come up here, and if you're using the detail timer, like I said on Livesplit, once your split gets to 33 seconds, if you're not using it, obviously you can just, no, plus 30 seconds to when you turn on dryer. But the barrier will go away, and you're going to come up with 2,000 points, get the MP5, and come grab the double as quick as possible, and you're just going to kill everything. I have spawns disabled right now so I can show stuff. But you just want to knife into your round. If you hold the shoot button with a semi-auto weapon and knife, you'll do it a lot faster, as you can see right now. This is me without it, and this is me with it. You knife really fast. And basically, while you're killing them, you can watch your points, because you'll get a guaranteed 2 drops down here with the double, which will be your first 2 point-based drops. The first one after buying the MP5 will be around like 17, 1800-ish. A little more, a little less. But that'll be like the average. And the second one will be around like 38 to 4,200 points. Obviously, if you ever want to know what they are without the MP5, just add 1,000 to the numbers. And those will be when you get point-based. I am pretty sure there is a point-based tracker on the practice tool. But after that, you will hopefully get a nuke. When you're first starting, you can probably kill it your round, but to be as fast as possible, you want to get a nuke as your last point base and get up to at least 5,000 points is the best. And you're going to want to go all the way down to Citadel Stairs and just run down as fast as possible, kind of as the round is flipping. And once you get to the little staircase before the door, you will pull out an nade and throw it, and open the gate with the key, and you will, as the nade is going, you'll be able to pick it up and then free door this. Obviously, I didn't die, but this will fall, it will open. I will show some gameplay of it actually happening. Those guys are fast. That can be both good and bad for docks. I like when the zombies get there fast at docks, but I don't like when they are fast at docks. Because if they're slow, I can bring them to the back, and then... Now, for the docks afterlife, what you're going to do is, assuming you spawn out here, you're just going to run and then jump to get this. I have all doors open, but you'll be able to shock this from behind the gate. And right after you do that, you're going to jump over here to go on these stairs and come all the way up to turn the gondola on. And then after that, you will drop down, come in here, turn on all the power, And then I used the box to revive myself with nades. But you'll revive yourself right here, and you'll start killing for dogs. I forgot to kind of talk about what you're actually going to be doing while killing zombies at docks. So as I kind of show footage from my PB, I will explain to you what to do. So after you revive yourself, try to farm points with your pistol and then knifing them as much as you can. Because your goal is to get to 3750 before you take the gondola. And after you kill your third zombie, that is ideally when you'll want to leave to go get the part. You can do it at 4. It will just be slower. But as you're going, you will get out of range for the zombies to stay spawned in. So what you're going to want to do is with the auto splitter, every time the timer ends in a 3, so like 3 seconds, 13, 23, so on, if you look at the zombies, they will not despawn. And this is a very useful thing to do. You can use this to look away from zombies if you want them to despawn. But the main thing that is used for in this run is to keep zombies spawning at dogs. So you will like to look back at any zombies as that happens. But yeah, you ideally want to get about 5 in to the dog. 4 is playable, but it is slower later. And 6 is also playable, but you kind of lose time to not have to wait for a spawn in the future. So after you finish your first gondola ride, you're going to just want to run and jump all the way down towards the warden's office. And this is where you will down yourself on this shock box to open this up. You want to make sure it is on this side of the box, because when you down yourself on it, it will put you in the middle of the hallway. As you can see right here. So I just have to hold W in space and go. And I can go all the way down, open the door, and just come back to revive myself. So yeah, I'll come, interact, pick up the part, and if you are too broke after using the gondola, because you want to be able to have 3,000 points for the next 3 doors, you can kill some here, but ideally you will just be able to run all the way up to roof, buy this, and then buy this. And she'll come all the way up to roof. So for filling the dog, you will use a little trick to just be able to do afterlife stuff as you're killing your zombie so you don't lose time. Now, obviously you'll be killing up here to fill the dog, but after your 3rd kill, you're going to wait until he finishes his first bite. And after that happens, you're going to throw a grenade like at the floor. The zombies usually run and hurtle around you here. But if you see them running away, you'll just hope that the nade is near them. And then down yourself on this box. There's no way to trick where you spawn. It is decided when you load up the game. But this is a pretty good spawn. Once you go in Afterlife, you're going to want to come all the way up to the roof. And just open the door. And then go revive yourself. And by the time you res yourself, the dog will be ready for another kill, which you will do. And that'll be your 5th, because the nade was your 4th. And you will start to run, and again, once he finishes the first bite, you will throw a nade and come up here to build plane. And there you are, done with your first imprisoned portion of the map. So now that you're going on the bridge, there's a couple things to know. And the first one being, if you're using the detail timer, your split time will be at 1 minute and 28 seconds when the chairs spawn in, and if not, this black screen right here, exactly 1 minute after that is when your chairs will spawn. And our whole goal here is to thin the round as much as possible and then end it right before we take the chairs. So while we wait for Brutus not to spawn, obviously we'll want to kill Brutus right here. But the chairs actually determine where you spawn at the prison. So for this first bridge, we're going to take the 2nd chair. And it'll put us closest where we need to go. For the rest of the game, you'll use the 3rd chair. So I'll remind you every time we get to each bridge which one you will be actually taking. And now that Brutus is coming, you're just going to want to kill him. It is pretty easy. Kill on these rounds with the MP5. He dropped me a max. You want to kill him over here just in case he does drop a nuke. And you can point for him off these zombies, because whenever you get a chance to point for him, you should. Points are very important on this map. I actually don't have any timer up, so I don't know when this should be ended now. So as you see, I'll end round and just take the second chair for where we need to go. And you will revive yourself and instantly just run over towards Wardens. That is your main destination right now. Get there as fast as possible while buying all these doors. Now, I did kind of a bad job explaining this part of the map, so I'm just going to do a voiceover for it. So basically, you're just going to want to get to the Wardens part, pick up the gas, and go all the way back. You will be using the timer ending in 3 trick I talked about. And by the time you get here, you'll hopefully have a spawn. But if not, you'll just have to wait. And I do down a couple times while explaining because I was just talking about some stuff that was irrelevant. But that doesn't matter. So what you're going to do is while killing them, once you get up to your 5th kill, you can just train them like I am. And don't down like I will here in a second. But yeah, you're just going to want to keep killing them. And once you do get your 5th kill, I will do a little cut here to you go up here by the 2 doors and you will just go all the way to Gondola. There's different ways to kill your 6th one. You can throw a nade, you can kind of just wait, get the kill, you can shoot them all the way from Gondola. Whichever one you're most comfortable with doing is what you can do. Obviously the nade or killing from Gondola would be the fastest, but yeah, and also make sure while you are down there, you are training up to 2,750 points to buy the upstairs door and Gondola, in case I'll need it. But you'll fill the dog there. You'll have probably 5 on average in this dog, which you can come down and keep your zombie spawned if the timer ends in 3. Come get the gas can. I missed it somehow. Make your way back up the docks. And you'll have to wait for a spawn. You can go in instantly. You can wait what feels like forever for one. It is a big RNG part of the map is spawns. So once you get the kill, you can use a nade for if they're far like that. I just want to show me killing them. You'll come and get this gas can and move your way up Citadel. So once you do actually get the tomahawk, you're going to want to pick it up. You can do a weapon swap to cancel it. And if you throw it right above, you will actually get the skull that is in spawn. You see, you get this skull with the tomahawk from right below. You clip through and get it. So you don't have to go everywhere to grab that one. And then after that, you'll just run on by, grab this gas can in here, make your way up to out of showers, and when you leave here, you can throw right there, and you will get another skull, which is the roof one. So you don't have to go out of your way to get this one either now. So I forgot that the death barrier exists. Yeah, after you get that skull, you will just make your way up to roof and grab this gas can and go build plane. Now, one more thing I want to show, which is if you do miss that second tomahawk, you can just get it on the way back, because as you can see, this would be where you come from. You can drop down and you just throw it right there to get it. So you don't have to lose more time if you missed it the first try. You can have a comeback for it. Any other skull though, you do need to get it when you're there at first. This is the only one that you can get at a later time. Alright, so now that you're on Bridge 2, your main goal here is just end round. I have a lot of zombies, so I did this on a fresh round. But you need Tomahawk to help kill. And this time we're using the 3rd chair. And we'll also be using this for the final bridge that we do. But after this, it is a very simple route, which we're just trying to go from point A being spawn to docks, and then docks to roof to build plane. So you'll run over and revive yourself, and you just copy your gyro movement here. You want to get all the way back to docks. You can obviously throw the atomic there, get that skull if you missed it. I'm just gonna skip all the part of running just to speed up the whole process. But basically, you're going from spawn all the way to dryer, get that gas can, go down Citadel, get that gas can, and you'll be at docks. Now, as you are running down, you're going to want to pick up this gas can, if I can pick it up, and you're going to get this skull, if I don't die. So, for the tomahawk throws, you will be doing at docks. There's a couple ways you can do this first one. You can line yourself up with the grass and do a strafe and throw it over there. I am really bad at this one, so this is the one I avoid doing, but this is what a lot of people do to get it. But what I like to do is after I get the gas, I will kind of do a little wall strafe off this, and then kind of just do a big strafe off the grass, and it will get the distance to go get the skull. Now, after that one, you're going to want to get the skull on the gondola, which, like I showed, it is on that light pole. But if you shoot it here, if you throw it at the bottom, it will bounce off, and it will get it every time that you're over it. You can just throw it from here, but it is kind of risky. I always just throw it at like the wall or ground here. Just make sure it bounces off the gondola, and you'll get the skull every time. Right there. Went over it and got it. And now you're going to go towards Warden's office. And as you're running by, you're going to throw the tomahawk at poster to open that up. If you miss, you can just wait for your tomahawk to recharge into it, or just throw a nade at it. Either or works. Make your way in here, grab the gas canister, and go into his actual office. And this is where you look at the window. Grab this skull. You should be able to get Gat. I forgot a skull. But once you pick up Blundergat, you're going to come all the way out here. Down yourself on the shock box. It has to be the shock box. It cannot be a zombie. And you will just come and shoot the spoon like that. Now, one thing I'll say, it is easier. It's like more of the inside the scoop of the spoon. It's easier the closer you get. But the further you can get it, the better. And for any down that you get throughout this run, you will have to push an extra round. So you can do the codes at the end in one afterlife. But after you get the spoon, you want to come all the way to the roof to get the last gas canister and to fly your final plane ride. And now, if you throw your tomahawk at this mattress in the corner, it will actually interact right underneath it with right there, which you can see the spoon on. So you'll grab your gas can and you will do your final fly. So once you finish your final plane ride and bridge, you don't need to flip around. You just want to stay alive. Take the third chair and go from spawn to showers and then down Citadel. And you will use the afterlife box at the top of here to down yourself. And you should, as long as everything went according to plan and you did no extra downs and then flip around, if you just down yourself with that, you will be able to do the whole code and go revive yourself after. So the order that you will be doing the codes in for the fastest time to get yourself back up is 101, 481, 386, and then 872. And once you shock the 872, you just sprint up, revive yourself, and you'll be in black and white now. This is just a timed part. Can't make it faster. You can make it slower if you miss, but if you just stand where all the headphones will be, you can get it. So the first headphone will be right here on the stairs. An easy way to remember it is look right before the stair starts. This is one little arch. Two, it will be at the third one. Just stand in between them. You'll pick it up, run all the way over to double tap and go into this room across. Stand kind of like around here is where it'll be, right in between this little metal sheet and the pile of garbage, I guess. And after you pick that up, you'll have enough points by the store and run all the way over to this little catwalk and stand on this underwear. I have some custom textures on, so it doesn't really look like underwear, but it is. You'll get it. And you will go all the way to roof and line yourself up with this outlet to be in the middle of the hallway. And you'll get that headphone, And the final one is in the doorway to the actual roof where the plane is. So you'll just go here and pick it up. And there you are. You'll finish the mob speedrun. And just as much as the Easter egg can you do solo. Thanks for watching. That's everything you'll need to know about the mob speedrun. If you have any further questions, you can feel free to message me on Discord or ask me in my Twitch chat. This is something I've wanted to work on for a little while now, even though the time has gotten a lot better. There's still been a good amount of newer runners, so I feel like a nice up-to-date tutorial was kind of needed. So yeah, all the mods will also be in my Discord that you need to practice, or just to, have your timer. And if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and come check out my Twitch. I stream speedruns as much as I can there. Anyways, bye.